Good morning, Bulldog Nation. Welcome to Arvada High School. Welcome to our first full week of school. We're so glad to have you guys back. Let me introduce myself. My name is Matt Teagarden. I'm one of our social workers here down in the Counseling Center. And I'm so happy, number one, that everybody's back in the building together. And number two, that I get to spend some time with you guys, at least this way, during the first couple of days of school and talk about some kind of big picture ideas of who we are. First of all, for our new Bulldogs, welcome to our school community. This is my 20th year being in this building, and I love our school community. I live right over there. I'm so glad you guys chose to join us. To our students who are coming back, welcome back. It's so good to see you guys again. It's hopefully now, we're going to talk about this in just a second. We'll get into building our next normal in terms of what life's going to look like, but it's so good to have everybody back. I hope you're doing all right. I got my notes down here, so you might see me glance down from time to time. Hey, our next normal, we're coming through this pandemic. We're working our way through COVID. Normal changes all the time. I mean, the fact that we're recreating ourselves now as a school community, normal changes all the time. In your life, things are going to happen. Tough things, divorces, deaths, job losses, great things, marriages, births, new jobs, promotions. Things happen all the time that make us have to redefine what we think normal is, and learn how to live now in new circumstances. And in my opinion, that builds strength and resiliency. What do I mean by strength and resiliency? Well, strength is pretty clear. I think our ability to adapt and change as the circumstances around us, the situations around us change and evolve leads to strength. And it also builds something called resiliency. And what resiliency means to me is that when you knock me down, I get back up. Resiliency means no matter what happens to me, I keep moving forward. I learn, I change, I grow, but I keep moving forward. Now, on that idea of us entering the next normal, I had a mentor named Dr. Carl Hollander. May he rest in peace. I don't know if you guys know what a mentor is, but I'll tell you what it is to me. A mentor is somebody who's a little farther down the line than you. Somebody typically, for me, my mentors have always been older. They're a little more experienced. They're more wise. They know things. And it's a mentor doesn't tell me what to do, but a mentor helps me discover what's best for me to do. I hope you all have mentors. I mean, when I look over the course of my life, 61 years now, pretty old. When I look back over the course of my life, a lot of my mentors were educators, teachers, coaches, principals, that kind of thing. I hope that you find a mentor because, I've got Carl's picture right up there. I'll tell you one more thing about Carl, then we'll get back to work. One of the most powerful things Carl told me was this. He said, beyond our basic needs for survival, we all have 5 needs. We need to be seen, heard, felt, understood, and respected for who we are. Seen, heard, felt, understood, and respected for who we are. Boy, would I like to have a school community where everybody was seen, heard, felt, understood, and respected for who they are. That's the kind of stuff that a mentor does. I hope you have had mentors. If not, I hope you find one because they've made all the difference in my life. But another thing that Carl said that I want to talk about right now is the idea that incomplete endings lead to incomplete beginnings. If you go through something, especially something tough, and you don't find a way to bring that to an end, a closure, it's easy for that stuff to just drag on with you. I mean, one of the things we'll talk about tomorrow is restorative practices. This is a lot of what restorative practices do for us when we have a problem in our school community. They help us bring it to a healthy closure so we can move forward clean. One of the things I'd like to do today in this first little chunk is think about how we bring what we've been through so far in the pandemic to an end so that we can create a new normal going forward. I'll throw a couple questions on the slideshow, and if they're useful, we'll use them. One of the most important things I've learned is that the most important question I can ask myself, really most of the time, but certainly in hard times, is what can I learn from this? How can I grow from here? One of the things we'll want you to think about is, in this year and a half or however long it's been that we've been going through the COVID pandemic so far, what have you learned? What have you discovered that works for you? What have you discovered doesn't work for you? How can you take that stuff and turn it into a way to grow stronger, a way to grow forward? These are important ideas in terms of this creating a new normal. We always want to be learning and growing. Every single day we want to learn something that can help us grow. In that regard, every day is a new normal, and we get to create it. I mean, we're not just helpless players in the process. We get to have a voice in what our new normal is. I think it's critical to have a plan for your growth in school. I think it's critical to have goals, to have a sense of what's important to you, what matters, what you want, what you need, to be an active player in your own education. Now, when we write our plans, we should write them in pencil, not necessarily pen, because things change as we go forward, but we want that plan because the most important thing is to always move forward. Sometimes you're going to go over here, then you're going to learn something that takes you over here, but always be moving forward. I'm going to share a few questions with you guys, just to start thinking about coming to an end of this last little phase we've been through in our Vada Bulldog history and preparing to move forward into our next normal. And I'm really going to challenge us to be active creators of our own normal. Don't just be a passive participant. Be an active creator. Think about what you've learned. Think about what you need. Think about where you want to go, and let's create a plan to get there. Hey guys, I'll see you next hour. We're going to talk about some more big picture stuff of who we are as a school community, and I'll see you in a few minutes.